And we're staying on top of breaking news now at 6. 4 people dead after a crash on I-85.
This happened on the southbound lanes approaching the University City Boulevard exit. Live look at the scene right now where we can see the southbound lanes are completely shut down. We have our Julia Kaufman, who's arrived at the scene now. She joins us live. This is a very large scene, Julia. Are you able to see any vehicles involved? And have you been able to get any information?
Hey, yeah, limited information, but just from what we can see, we're on University Point Boulevard, which is looking over right where the crash happened. I'm going to just step out of the way so you can see for yourselves. There's at least 15 emergency vehicles still here. It looks like they've cleared 85 South, but as far as the actual crash goes, we see a dump truck. It looks like there's a lot of metal and debris underneath it, so we don't want to speculate, but it looks like there were at least 2, maybe 3 vehicles involved in this crash. As we said, 4 people have unfortunately died following this crash that happened around 4:40 this afternoon. So just a few minutes ago, 85, we could see here a ton of cars backed up. They had 1 lane open. It looks like at least this section of 85 South is cleared, but we know that officials say that the road is expected to be closed off for several more hours until at least 11:40 tonight. So we're working to see if CMPD will chat with us and give us more details, but as far as we know right now, that's a dump truck. It looks like there might be another truck behind it, and then there is a lot of metal and debris underneath it. So people are standing on the curb there. We don't know if they were involved in the crash or not, or if they were just witnesses, but police are still working to investigate, still very early on in the investigation. So we're going to see if we can get more details, and we'll get back to you soon.
Okay, Julia, thank you. Certainly a sad story, and also just a major impact for our roadways. Julia had mentioned that southbound traffic, they had opened up a single lane to kind of alleviate some of the congestion, all those drivers that were coming up right behind the crash when it happened. So we actually saw some pretty empty lanes leading up to the scene. That's because CMPD says they're going to be actually north of this area trying to divert traffic before you even get to the crash. So please be on the lookout for officers there. As far as the exact location, this is going to be before you get to University City Boulevard. So it's going to be past WT Harris and then closer to that University Point overpass. Full southbound shutdown, northbound, of course, seeing some onlooker delays. And then keep in mind, too, we are starting to see some secondary crashes pop up, which is pretty common for a large incident when you have drivers perhaps not paying attention and hitting a quick stop when they encounter some congestion. As far as workarounds, we highlighted a couple for you. One will be, of course, taking 485 all the way over to perhaps 485 over to 85, or continuing on 485, or continuing down to 77, just kind of depending on where your destination is. Of course, we'll keep you posted with any changes with congestion that might change these detours. But once again, as Julia mentioned, 11:40, this is going to be a very lengthy closure of 85 South.